All right, so John here again, back in Florida, and we have just completed our first weekend of yard sailing. And as usual, we buy in a bunch of different categories. But this year is a little different because we're going to be doing the flea markets a little more often. I know you've seen our other flea market videos in the past. If not, you can check them out here. I'll put the link up. So we're buying with an eye towards selling at the flea market, which means that we may buy stuff that we wouldn't normally buy to put on eBay, but it's good flea market fodder. So let me show you kind of how we bought this weekend and our thinking behind it. We did find some nice items, and we got some stuff for the flea market and also some things for eBay. So let me show you. Okay, so here's a couple things we bought specifically for the flea market. This is a, well, you can see 5.5 quart enameled cast iron Dutch oven. And this is a Target brand. I think they're about $30 in the store. We bought that for $5. And that's going to be the perfect kind of item for our $10 table at the flea market. Got a classic yellowware bowl. And this is not one of the more valuable ones. It's got a couple little defects in it. So we won't sell this on eBay, but we paid $3 for that. And that's a perfect $10 item for our $10 table at the flea market. Now these next items, this flat of buttons and these handkerchiefs, these 3 advertising coat hangers were $1 total. Actually, I got some of the buttons out here. I was just looking these buttons up, Salzburg, and they actually sell, or have sold. These leather buttons sell pretty good. But anyway, so this whole lot of buttons is just going to go as a flat, as one lot at $10 at the flea market. Someone who does buttons and wants to part them out can, you can sell these buttons for $50, $60 at least if you part them out. We got these 3 little hand embroidered hankies in here. There's 3, yeah, there's 2, and there's the 3rd one, and the green ones are, the blue ones are just plain, but they're kind of nice linen, so I left those in there. And that's going to be, I don't know, $1 to $3. It doesn't really matter because the whole thing was $1, and we're going to clear 10 times that on these buttons easy. We always buy these advertising coat hangers when we see them, and they sell in the $2 to $5 a piece range plus shipping once you put them into big lots. Something I hadn't seen before are these tin toys, tin military vehicles or steel made in Russia. And the woman wanted $10 a piece for them. The very first one I looked up, I just kind of bought them in a hurry. I did a Google lens on that, and someone was asking $100 for it on eBay. So I just thought, what the heck, I'll grab them all, right? And she said, I'll give you a bargain if you buy all of them. So I said, well, so it was $70 for the 8 of them, which wasn't a great bargain, but the story gets pretty good. She went in to get my change, and when anyway, so these are selling in like the $20 to $30 a piece range. So what I'm going to end up doing is just putting the whole lot out for, maybe $200. I spent $70, so if I can make $75 to $100 on them, that's pretty good for a single listing. And every now and then, if you see something like this, it's worth paying up for because I think they're going to be an easy sell. Anyway, back to the story. She went in to get my change and she said, well, can you come in here? I want to show you something. And she brought me in and showed me her deceased husband's collection of all kinds of good stuff. He worked on the space shuttle program for 31 years. So anyway, she goes, are you interested in some of these things? I said, absolutely, but today is not the day for it. We really have to get together on this later. I know he's got stuff in there I want. And explained to her, the last lot of NASA stuff we bought, we spent $6,000. So, we're for real. So yes, please, let's get together in the future. So anyway, the fact that I paid up for these a little bit, I think it's going to pay off pretty well. Into the sporting category, 50 cents each for baseballs. You see the videos, we always buy baseballs. And there were 3 pretty decent ones in here. These official Florida State League, and official Texas League. We get $3 or $4 a piece in lots with those. Those are the balls that cost like $20 a piece if you buy them brand new at the sporting goods store. So anyway, always buying baseballs. The rest of these are just kind of little league balls. We get $2.50 a piece in lots with those. Bought a Quantum bait casting reel. It's got the Bill Dance signature on it, and of course there's a number on the bottom. I forget exactly what I found when I looked this one up, but I think it was like a maybe a $15 reel on eBay, and so that's the perfect $5 item for the flea market. So we are definitely we're keeping that in mind as we are shopping. I got this Shakespeare Tiger rod and reel combo for $5, and if you look, it's got about $5 worth of braided line on it, so this is a pretty good deal. I'm keeping that for myself because I use that particular setup quite often. I think I have one or two more in the garage right now, but I like to buy them for $5. They break, you lose them, no big deal, right? Just go get another one. So we were at a real thrift store with real thrift store pricing, and they were even having a sale. So all these items right here, $2 for all of this right here. So these original Pancake House mugs done by Deneen Pottery. Evidently there's a lot of these around, and a lot of them, people are paying up to $40 a piece with shipping for these, and I don't see any in the box. So that's a good eBay item for us. We'll probably put it up for, $35 with free shipping, maybe take $25. We paid, well, it was like 25 cents, so not a big deal. Grabbed a couple of books for our library, things that we wanted. And then we've got these, there were 9 of these Improve Your Golf Game DVDs. And normally I wouldn't have bought them, but there were 2 for 25 cents. Like I said, they were having a sale. And there's 9 of them here, and I can put those out for $25 to $30. And so that's pretty good. Got a VHS DVD combo player for $5 at an estate sale with the remote. And this one is steady. If you look at the model number on the back, this one's steady 50 plus or minus, even untested or for parts, but it's pretty new, so chances are good it works. If I test it, I can probably go in the 60 to 70 range. Paid a little bit up for these Rydell. There's the brand name, Rydell, and the model is Carrera. These are the high quality roller skates, roller derby type skates, and they're not making the Carrera model anymore, so these are getting harder to find, and they are the name, or one of the names in roller skates. Paid $20 for those. I cleaned them up a little bit, and we should be able to get in the $75 to $100 range. They're a size 12, which is a good size. Let me back up a little bit here as I go through. I was showing you what we're doing with the flea market items, but this will be an eBay item. This will be an eBay item. This will be an eBay item. These will go on eBay. And I put this in. This is one of the items we brought down from New Hampshire recently. We didn't get this at the flea market, but since I'm showing, what I'm listing next on eBay, I just thought I'd throw this guy in. It's a Gold Magic gold embossing machine. And what happens is you plug it in, this head heats up, you load your dies or devices or typeface into that, and then it comes down like this and stamps through gold onto whatever you're doing. I use these, I have one that I use in bookbinding and leatherwork, but people do all kinds of things, matchbooks, wedding invitations, napkins, whatever. There was 2 of these that sold. One was all beat up. I think it was $65, and there was another one that wasn't even quite this nice that went for $150. So right now there are 2 on sale at eBay, one for $199 and one for, I think, $399. So I'm going to just price it in that sweet spot and let it sell. So that, I don't remember what I paid for that, but probably, I don't know, maybe $10 or $20. I don't think I would have paid like $50 or something for that. Probably 10 or 20. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. So here's me in 1995 using a similar type of machine. You can see I'm loading type right now. And what you do with this machine is you get this type of tooling on the spine. The cover of the book came like that, but I replaced this spine. And that's what I use. And same thing with this one. That's what I use a machine like that for, is to do the gold tooling on these leather book bindings. So just so you know what that machine is all about and why people would be willing to pay that kind of money for it. So a lot of the stuff that we're going to be bringing out of the truck is stuff that's just been in inventory for some of it for years. So I can't remember what I paid for everything. Anyway, this whole lot right here up to that calligraphy set, which is brand new in the box, I'm selling around, or being asked about 20 bucks. That's going to end up being a $5 flea market item. Unless my wife wants to get into calligraphy. She's not sure yet. But this entire lot was $15. So we get this Walking Dead poster, which I expected to be better. It's not that great. I think I've got a frame I can put that in. I'll put it in a little cheap frame and bring that to the flea market for $5. We got some computer games. This Diablo I'm going to bring to the flea market. That's a $5 item. Legend of Korra. Again, that's $5. And Quake 4 is also another $5 item. And then I just bought these in a hurry. I didn't even look at them. I didn't check them out. And so these Tri-Guns are all scratched up. Those are just going to be $1 at the flea market. They'll still run, but I can't eBay them. Same with this one. This is just going to be $1. And the same with this one. They're in nice shape, but they're not complete. Anyway, it's incomplete, but there's like 6 or 8 in there, and there's only supposed to be 2 or 3. So anyway, and then this Cowboy Bebop set, those are selling for about $5 a piece in lots. So that's another $25. Probably do $28.88 free shipping. I kind of like that price point for some reason. I bought 3 pairs of Harley Davidson jeans. And the reason I bought them is because they were all the same size. So it's a really easy lot to sell. Paid $15, and we usually can get about between 50 and 60 for 3 pair. We were at a place where clothes were all 50 cents. And so we're not really looking for clothes that much unless it's, like something like this or a Carhartt or something really expensive. But since these were 50 cents a piece, we looked a few up. We found this particular brand selling with the fancy ones like this with a lot of color in the $20, $25 range. And we got this Jones, New York, Paisley corduroy. And that one's selling steady in the 30 plus or minus. So, hard to pass that up for 50 cents. I got myself a pair of fleece pajama bottoms. Very, very clean. You're not buying, dirty stuff or anything damaged or stained or anything. And just to round it out to the next $2, you got the St. Andrews of Scotland golf shirt, which I think is about, it's a $10 or $15 item. I may just keep it. And one of the categories I always like to show are things we buy for ourselves as we're out there. Picked up this Wagner Ware cast iron pan. Actually, we used it last night to cook some lamb steaks. And it's in pretty clean shape, not bad. That was $8. Which is a pretty good price. They sell for about $25 or $30 on eBay, but we're going to keep that. You got this Miracle Blade 3 knife. I don't know if we're going to keep that or not. We're going to try it out, and if we like it, great. If not, it'll go to the flea market. That was $1. Got some small sunscreen. We live in Florida, and we're outside a lot, so, we always have sunscreen in stock. This is $1 for these 2, and one will go in my fishing bag, and the other one will go on one of the kayaks somewhere. And I got this little divided container. I'm going to keep my eyes open for these because we're going to be doing a lot of the flea markets. And these are good for putting smalls in. Like I've already got 3 $5 items in mind that are going to go in here. I got a couple of compasses that sell in the $15 to $20 range. And I've got a little Bausch & Lomb optical loop. I've seen them sell for as high as $45. We're just going to put it in for the $5 table. So anyway, that's a wrap up of weekend. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, almost missed. So this poster, it's big. It's like 40 by 27 inches. Was in the trash outside of a yard sale. I didn't even see it. Kathy saw it and asked the guy, well, okay if I pick your trash? And he said, yeah, it's out there because it got wet, right? So what it was in this big plastic frame, and the cardboard in the back was wet and all buckled. But this is a plastic sign. It's like you can see how heavy it is. It's not paper. It's not a poster. You can't barely even roll it up. So this was most likely a dealer display. I can't find one anywhere. And we searched for like a half an hour online. And after a half an hour, if you can't find one, you know, pretty much know you got the only one that's out there right now anyway. So that's a good item. I have no idea how much that's going to be, but that was a sleeper. That was free. And, you know, I always like to joke around. Just because it's free doesn't mean it's junk. But also, sometimes just because it's free doesn't mean you should take it. But in this case, this was a real winner. Good find, Cappy.
Thank you.
All right, so it turns out we did find one of these that sold. We reached out to our friend Rafa at Early Bird Picker, and he was able to identify a auction result for one of these from 2017 for $199. So that gave us a good starting point. We're calling it rarely offered, and I believe I put it at $275 on eBay, listed for that. We take an offer of maybe $175 or $145 or something like that. We are just here to sell stuff. But anyway, I'm going to put a link up to Rafa's channel. He's got a lot of good information as well on, you know, things that will help you make some money. So check him out too. Thanks again, Rafa. Yeah, so that's a wrap on what we did on our first weekend. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell. You'll know when we put up another video. We do appreciate your time in watching these. I hope you find this stuff useful and it's helping you make some money. All right, till next time. Bye.